Hey everybody, Greg here, and this is just going to be a quick review video of two subwoofers, SVS and Klipsch 12-inch subs. And so let me just move the camera over here so you can see what I'm referring to. Now, on the right is the Klipsch with the signature kind of copper driver there, as you can see. And I thought that was a little speck of something, but when you get closer you can see it's a power light on the Klipsch. I was kind of looking for a power light on the back, and that's sort of an odd place to put it, but okay. Anyway, as far as the sound, the Klipsch obviously with a pretty stiff copper cone versus the SVS with more of a plastic kind of substance. The Klipsch seems to be a lot tighter, and it certainly, to my ear, or to what I can feel, it seems that it produces a lower frequency. So, I mean, in that regard, I would almost say, oh, maybe the Klipsch is better than the SVS. But I want to show you in the back here something that maybe for some people could be a little bit of a deal breaker, I don't know, are the inputs. Over here with the Klipsch, what you have is gain control, low pass, the power on or automatic, and then phase with just a single switch and line in. Notice the power cord is not removable. So that's unfortunate because sometimes, you know, the power cord gets caught in a vacuum cleaner or whatever. But it is what it is. Sounds really good, but there's that issue. Now over here with SVS, of course, the cabinet's smaller. I would say that's a plus. You can't really see it here in the video, but that Klipsch cabinet is quite a bit bigger. You know, the video tends to distort perspective a little bit. Notice it has a removable plug. The SVS has a removable grounded cord, heavy duty, which is nice because you could replace it if needed. If you wanted a longer cord, you could easily do that. It also has a power on-off switch separate from the sub being turned on and off. So essentially, like a computer and other components that have a separate power switch to the power supply inside the unit, you can turn that off. I think that's valuable to have. And up here you'll see the gain, the low pass, just like the Klipsch had, but also phase. Rather than that being a switch, you get an adjustable control there. And there's also a limiter indicator light, and the input left and right, low level, but also you get a line out and you get a high pass out. So that's really handy. So I'd have to say, in terms of features, the SVS to me seems to be a little bit better in that regard. And one thing I noticed with the Klipsch that I did not hear with the SVS is if we take a look at the audio frequency analyzer here. I'll stop talking. I'm going to turn up the gain on the Klipsch, and you're going to see a definite 60 hertz hum, and you hear it as well. It's very pronounced. So let me do that. So that's almost like I'm intentionally trying to create a 60 hertz hum. You know, I have tone generators that do that, but it's pretty loud. So I'm going to jump over here to the SVS. Now it has a similar situation, but not as pronounced. So turning up the gain. And to the ear, it just isn't as significant. Now if I go volume halfway on both of these, you barely notice it with the SVS, but if I bring the volume up halfway on the Klipsch, it's really generating that hum. So that could be a little bit of a nuisance. I know that can sometimes be a function of the circuit in the home. There can be other issues, but I don't really want to have to get into, you know, a lengthy and detailed analysis of what's going on with the power system. I just want to plug in a speaker and have it work and not have to worry about those things. So in that regard, the SVS comes out ahead, I think. Not having that pronounced 60 hertz hum and doing really well, you know, with the sound. I think the Klipsch, maybe because of the larger cabinet, because of that, what seems to me to be a stiffer driver, and the fact that it's ported, it really, really shakes the room. And so that's probably a good thing, although in my situation, I'm trying not to shake the room because I have neighbors living in an apartment, so neighbors on either side and below, and it's really questionable whether or not a subwoofer is going to work out, you know, at very high volumes. It's going to be an issue. Probably even during the day, people aren't going to want the place shaking all the time. So I'm going to have to think that through. I don't know if I could position it maybe in a way that it's not going to cause as much disruption. I could certainly turn the gain down and have the low frequencies in there a little bit and just not at a level that's going to bother anybody, but that might add a little bit to the experience. So anyway, that's about it. So let me know if you have any questions, comments, suggestions. I always appreciate those. Thanks, and take care.